can I talk about Brunson real quick?
Okay, go ahead.
Because, there's this trope, I guess, going around. He's a foul merchant. And
He is.
Okay, fine and dandy.
But it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing because my thing, I look at Brunson, right? In a sport that's dominated by obviously big men, he is the most average looking cat on that court. He's not big. Doesn't look like he runs particularly fast. It seems like he's a guy that we'd be playing pickup with who somehow made it to the NBA and is dominating.
Right.
So to me, I feel like a man his size, he's got to take advantage. He's got to do the little things because he can't match up physically with some of these players. Like he's not going to out jump somebody. He's not going to really outrun a lot of these guys. I feel like his game is like predicated on him being able to like get contact and, and like I said, I don't like the foul merchant thing. I guess I can see the more I'm thinking about it where it would come from, but I don't want that to be the defining characteristic of Jalen Brunson because I feel the brother's too good.
Well, let me ask you this: Do you rank Jalen top 10 players in the league?
Well, throughout the playoffs, we keep hearing that he's the most clutch player, right?
But would you rank him as from the top 10 players right now? Would you rank him top 10 in the league, or just outside?
I mean, it's easy for me to sit here today and say, yeah, I'll put him in the top 10. I think top 20, definitely without thinking. And then I think I'd have to think about paring it down to a 10.
Let's say we put him in the top 10. 4 of the top 10 players are non-athletic. They don't use their athleticism to overwhelm you. Jokic,
Yep.
gets to the free throw line. Doncic, Luka,
Yep.
gets to the free throw line. Brunson, we mentioned. The other one? They play tonight. SGA. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a theme there because they understand how to get to the free throw line. To me, the merchant part is smart because, listen, he's utilizing and playing within the rules of how to pick up fouls. It's different if you are out flailing around a lot of times, but if you're able to get a man on your back and get him to run into you, that ain't your fault. That's just smart basketball. Yeah. SGA understand what they all understand is how to get to their spot. They're not overly athletic. You see that quicker change of direction Jalen Brunson had at the top of the key in the game. It was like a quick change, and he was down the lane. Okay, he's not the fastest.
The one where he dipped the ball down.
Yeah, when he dipped it down.
I love
okay,
that, yeah.
So when you gotta appreciate that because when you go to the scouting, and there's people in the combines and everybody, well, his measurables don't look good.
And let me interrupt real quick. Am I wrong by saying what I said about the fact that he? Okay, I just want to make sure
I'm saying,
right on that.
If you talk to scouts and you talk to people, that's why he fell in the second round. Is he a point guard? We know he's a point, but can he guard in space? Is he quick enough? Is he athletic? Blah 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 blah. My question is, can he play? If he can play, I can figure it out.
Yeah,
and that's what you see with Jalen and SGA. And we'll keep it with there because those two are playing. They know how to get to the line. My third year, I was fortunate when I was averaging 25. I would get to the free throw line 8 to 10 times a game. I would understand how to get there. Let's say the opposing team had 4 fouls. I knew the next foul was a penalty. So I would initiate the offense, underhook my opponent, run down the lane and pick up a foul. That's just knowing time and score, understanding the situation, and knowing how to pick up fouls. MJ knew how to do it. Kobe knew how to do it.
Steph is really good at low-key hooking people when he goes through there.
So you got to know in certain situations how a guy is guarding you, how to get to the line. And the beauty of it is those guys get their team in the penalty, which is very important. Because if I can pick up 2 to 3 quick fouls early in the quarter, now they're going to be 2 other fouls, maybe with 6-7 minutes left in that quarter. Now I'm in the penalty and I'm at the free throw line. So I don't look at it as a bad thing, as the way those two in particular, the way Luka does it is a little bit different.
Okay,
because he's complaining. And I love Luka's game, but he complains and he flails and he does stuff. I don't like that aspect of it. But SGA and Brunson and then Jokic, how they do it, I ain't mad.
And what do you attribute Brunson's success to? Because, like I said, he there's no measurable jumping off the page.
It's deep. Go back to You know, you seen the commercial with him and Rick outside and he's shooting and doing all of that,
His
right?
dad was, you know, every time he hit a jumper, it looked like, I think he did the drill where he would throw the ball over his head, make him run, get the ball, come back.
Well, see, but Rick wasn't an over-athletic point guard.
True.
He was a hard worker who knew how to play.
Smart, yeah.
And it's the reason why he had longevity. So he imparted that wisdom to, guess who?
His son.
So it was all about footwork. It was all about body positioning. It was all about being able to make multiple shots, whether it's mid-range from behind the arc or being able to finish at the rim. This one I knew, and I said this before because I had the opportunity to really cover Jalen, along with Josh Hart, along with Mikal Bridges, their years at Villanova. Okay. Jalen is the number one point guard coming out of high school. He could have went anywhere he wanted to, right? Mm-hmm. And probably started. He chose to go to Villanova. And why is that important? Is because at the time, Ryan Arcidiacono was the starting point guard at Villanova, a going-to-be senior. So Jalen, along with his family, chose to take a more difficult path, which is he's not starting right away. But he'll learn how to play the game the right way from an outstanding coach in Jay Wright, but from a veteran, mature point guard who played at New York, actually, Ryan Arcidiacono, okay, at one point. And to me, when I saw that, that's a certain humility you have to say, I need to learn how to play the right way. And I watched him just grow and learn how to play. And it was patient. And boom, next you know, 2 championships and National Player of the Year, still didn't get the love to get drafted, still had to prove himself at Dallas, and boom, look where we're at. Yeah. So when you ask me that question, I go back to that decision to go to Villanova under those circumstances to learn how to play the right way, and it's boded well right now for what he's doing in the league. Check out new episodes of The Jim Jackson Show every Thursday. Watch on the Rich Eisen Show YouTube page. Follow the show on Instagram at Jim Jackson Show, or listen wherever you get your podcasts.